Hello, hello. Mama Linda's here. Hi, Mama Linda. Linda's watching, yay. So my computer is doing some super weird stuff. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to read your comments. Linda, if you're with your husband, tell him thank you for his service. Since it's Veterans Day. Hey, Kelly. Hi, Krista. Oh, hey, Linda, can you text your daughter and tell her that I'm live? She wanted to turn this on while she was driving. Not that she can reply, but that it will occupy her while she's driving. You're at a red light. Okay, so I'm making a Vetrans Day card today because, well, you know, it's Veterans Day. So I started by just making my card base. This is an authentic paper pad, and this company went out of business. They did not come back after the pandemic, which is super duper sad because I adore their paper, like a lot. So then I have Sweet Sentiment coloring paper. I have our Proud Poppy stamp and die set, and I have our How Strong You Are stamp and die set. And I'm just going to use this kid that is in the fatigues because I want this to be for literally any branch of the military. So I'm just going to use that one. And I'm going to grab my Misty here. And we're going to get to stamping. So I'm going to start by stamping the kid first. And then we're going to stamp the poppy. We're going to do things like a little bit out of the norm for me today. Just because I usually don't assemble the card prior to stamping and coloring, but I wanted the focus to be on the stamping and coloring and not so much the card making. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp in Memento Tuxedo Black. Sandy wrote my name on here, so I know this is the good one because I have several of these ink pads. So you always want the good one. Okay. Well, hello, Michelle. How are you feeling? And I like to have super vibrant, bold lines. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this again. You don't necessarily have to. I mean, it looks just fine the way it is. But I like to have, if I'm doing black lines, I want them to be really vibrant. So you're alive, yay! Thank you, Linda Lou, for texting your daughter. And I just think it looks so much better to do it that way. So I am remiss. Oh, there it is. I didn't know where my chamois was. So just using some water. I happen to have an ink on 3 chamois right now. I'm gonna wipe off that. I just can't justify the expense. So if somebody wants to buy me a teal misty, I will happily trade them this one. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised I don't have a teal misty either, if we're being honest. Is this one? Do I actually have the right one cut out? Nope. Dang it. So I have to cut out my little kid here. And let me think. There they are. So all of our dies are meant to be cut where these little thin lines are. And I think it's this one. But we're going to line it up to make sure. Yep, that's the right one. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this middle die out because I don't need that. You're on it. Oh, Michelle, you're just the sweetest thing. So, I don't know if any of y'all have veterans plans, but everybody that has served, I thank you for your service. Very proud vet daughter. My dad was Air Force. Oops, I'm putting this in the wrong way. So I thought it would be great to make a Veterans Day card today. So that's why we're doing this. So I'm gonna color this up real fast, and then we're gonna move on to the poppy, okay? So all my poppy stuff is right here. I'm just gonna set that over to the side, and we're gonna zoom in so you can see me color. And there we go. Yeah. Can you tell I'm super spacey today? I'm not gonna lie. When Sandy and I were talking this morning, I totally thought that it was Tuesday. So that's a thing. So with this new paper, it does take the ink a tiny bit longer to dry. So I'm going to be a little bit careful about hitting that black ink. Okay. Well, hello, Wendy. How are ya? I'm going to do a slightly different skin tone, I think, just for funsies. I'm going to start with E25. Ooh, look at how dirty my marker is. You can tell I've neglected my markers because I have been gone so much. So I will be spending some time doing some marker maintenance here real soon. So I'm putting some shadow down below his chin. The great thing about this stamp set is it's boys and girls, and they're a little bit, I hate to say androgynous because that's really doesn't sound exactly the way I wanted to, but for lack of a better term, and my brain not working properly, that's what we're going to go with. So you can sort of color them up to be anything you want them to be. And I really love that about this stamp set is it's done in all the right ways. So So that was E25. This is E13. Oops. Hi. Aw, thanks, Elizabeth. I hope you have a wonderful day. Elizabeth's a longtime sweetie. I just adore her. She comes and sees us at the show that's near her house every year. And she comes in with a big hug and a big smile, and it just makes my day when I get to see her. Super sweet. Oops, I forgot her hand, or his hand. Not really sure. Elizabeth also does super cool things where she changes the ethnicity of all of the stamps and changes their hairstyle and all kinds of stuff. She's really, really talented at seeing things in very unique ways. And I really love her vision. She took one of the stamp sets that was me and Sandy, and she made us into African American girls and put like space buns on our heads and braids and stuff. And oh my gosh, it was so stinking cute. So we love when people are super creative and create really fun things with all of our images. Linda Lou, are you still here? You're being awfully quiet over there. So now I have E11, and we're going through and we're just kind of fleshing this out. One more color, I'm going to use my E00. Biker chicks, Jamie and Sandy. Oh, that's funny, Michelle. The most of a biker chick I am is a bicycle. Oh, all right. So there is my skin on little dude or little chick, whichever way you want to look at it. I'm going to do like a really dark brown. So for the hair, so I'm going to start with E49. And there's really not a ton of room here where you can really showcase the hair. So I, don't suggest that you get too persnippety on it. So, oh, I'm sorry, this one is E59. And hey, Dawn. And then I'm going to use that E25 that I used in the skin. All right, there we go. Okay, so now I have this cute little dude or chick, whatever you see it as. Could be a man, could be a woman. And I'm going to do camouflage. So I'm gonna start by, let's see, what do I want to do? Do I want to do desert camouflage or do I want to do green? I'll do a little bit more desert, on the desert camouflage side. So I'm going to start with these olive type colors, and then I'm going to also do some browns. Oops, not even on the screen. And then, oops, clicking the wrong thing on my computer. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of a different brown. There we go. And I want one other green. I'm gonna do 63, 61, and 40. So this one. Okay. So I still want to make this look like it is camouflage, and I still want to make it look like it's, you know, rounded or shaded the way it's supposed to be shaded. So I'm going to start with my darker color in the darkest spot, and then I'm going to like go out from there. So with a camouflage pattern, I don't have to worry too much about it being like absolutely perfect. Because it is camouflage. So I can kind of fudge it a little bit and nobody's really gonna notice. So don't worry too much. Kind of looks like she has terrible armpit sweat right now. Okay. Hi, April. It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you online in quite some time. You've been hiding out. Okay, so I'm just elongating these. There's no real rhyme or reason too much. You haven't been online much. I commend you. I just got home from our last show that was in Florida. And since we were in Florida, we took a couple of days and hung out with Tyler and Cameron and went and did a little bit of shopping and went to Disney World for my birthday because you guys know what a Disney fanatic I am. And just kind of like celebrated the end of the season because this was a rough season for us. There was a lot of shows, a lot going on, just so much stuff happening. So now I'm going to start with some of the browns. little bit up there, a little bit on her sleeve. So, yeah, we had a long show season, and it was so much fun. We are so, so grateful. Sandy's actually driving home right now back to Texas from Florida. So that's a great thing. Although she could use some prayers. She started out with a tire blowout this morning, really early in the morning. But she was able to get it taken care of. And she's safe and back on the road with a brand new tire. Thank goodness she was still close to where Tyler and Cameron live. So it wasn't like super far into her journey. So I was wondering why that was so light. Because I chose the wrong marker. But that's okay. Okay. Oh, hi Meg. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to go back to, or I'm going to go to this other green. I have YG63. This is a very different color of green, so we're definitely adding some changes in here. I like making camouflage, and I hate making camouflage all at the same time. And here's why. Because there isn't a whole lot of rhyme or reason to coloring camouflage. I mean, you can get all into making like specific, perfect camouflage. But that would drive me insane. And as much as I am a perfectionist, there are some things that I feel just look better if you kind of go at it a little bit organically. And so with camouflage, when I'm coloring camouflage like this, I try to not be too absolutely perfect with it because I feel like that kind of takes away from it. So definitely something that I sort of have to just breathe and let go and just sort of color and not let myself get, too caught up in it. So I'm going to add a little bit more brown to some different places, kind of bump up that camouflage-y feeling. And then I'm probably going to add a little bit of gray into this as well. Okay. And I mean, you notice I'm just kind of scribbling around. And the more I do that, the more kind of organic this pattern looks, which is what we're going for. I think it looks good. Like I said, you can get pretty persnippety on your camouflage pattern, but I choose to really not go there. So I'm going to use W2. We're going to add a little bit of gray into this to just kind of break it up a little bit. Okay. And then my secret. You ready? So the secret to this is that if you want to continue to make it look like it's rounded, take your colorless blender, come into the center, and just kind of add highlights where the highlights would be. And then it leaves that shadow towards the outside without disturbing your camouflage pattern. Pretty cool, huh? At least I think so. Hello, hello, hello. I see new people joining in. That makes me super duper happy. Okay, so I'm gonna color her boots now. Or his boots, I'm not real sure. But that's kind of the point. And since this is more of a desert camouflage, we're gonna go with brown. I'm not sure if I'm seeing comments. Is there any way that somebody could just type hi or something in the comments so I can see if they're still working? My computer's doing funny things today and it's just not, I'm just not sure. Thank you, Michelle. So I am seeing comments, which is great. That makes me super happy. Okay, so I have my white gel pen. I'm gonna add a little spot to his eye. And then his patch on his arm, I'm actually gonna make like a dark red. Funny things. Thanks, Meg. Go dogs. Krista, you crack me up. See, and I'm using red. As soon as you say go dogs, look at me using red. That is so Krista. Okay. Little red patches. Not real sure why I felt that way, but probably because Krista was here, I felt like it needed some red. And then I'm just going to use my white gel pen and put some little dots on there just for emphasis. Lord only knows why. Okay, so now I have my dye, or at least I thought I had my dye. At one point I had my dye. I probably cut it out and then stuck it right back on here. Did I do that? Nope. Not there. Not there. What'd I do? Is it on the back of my Misty? Nope. Guys, I'm losing my mind. There it is. Haha. Found it. Okay. Don't you love when you lose your dyes? Isn't it fantastic? So I have my tiny die cutting machine. And I'm going to grab my scissors. And just kind of cut that out. I mean, normally I would fussy cut because you guys all know me. And you all know that I'm a fussy cutter through and through. But we're gonna still be coloring a flower and putting together a card and all kinds of stuff. So I can tell I haven't been in my craft room for like a week because I do not know where anything is at. Like nothing. Like absolutely nothing. Where is my yellow tape? Krista, what'd you do with my yellow tape? I'm gonna blame you. Because that seems like the right thing to do, doesn't it? Okay, well, oh, here it is. This is my other roll. Gotta have my frog tape, you guys. It's the best. I love my frog tape. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little dude and I'm gonna put the little die on him. All of our die is cut in 1/8 of an inch border, so you can pretty much just line it up with that black line. And I'm gonna stick this to the paper. I'm gonna put this in here. And peel it off carefully. Perfect. How cute is that? Okay, so I'm gonna save my little piece of tape and I'm gonna put my die back in here so I don't lose it again. I'm gonna move my little die cutter because now we're going to do the flowers. And so with the flowers, I'm gonna need another piece of paper, probably. And I'm going to grab my poppy. Now, the way I plan on doing this, I don't necessarily think I'm gonna need the middle of the poppy. So I'm probably not even gonna stamp that, but I wanna stamp the petals several times. So, are y'all with me? Okay, so now back to my stamp pad. Am I on the screen? Okay. It's really hard when my computer's not working because I can't see what I'm doing. And so my phone is too high up for me to look at the screen and see what's going on. So my apologies if you have logged on and I have not said hi to you. I appreciate you logging in. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Ask me your questions and I shall tell you no lies. Okay. This is just a microfiber cloth. I got this particular one from Ink on 3. I still have my stamp chamois somewhere, but Lord only knows where. So I'm gonna put a magnet right over the top of those. And I'm gonna see if I can get 2 more on here. What do you think? Think I can make it happen? Oh yeah, I got lots of room. Can definitely make it happen. Okay, grab my other magnet and stick it here so they don't move around. Are you guys just all watching quietly? Nobody's very talkative today. Anybody have any plans for Veterans Day? Do you guys all have the day off of work? What's going on? Anybody else a military kid or in the military themselves or retired from the military? I was almost in the Navy in that I went to MEPS and did the physical and, you know, all the testing and all of that kind of stuff. And then they wanted me to be in a submarine. And I said, no, thank you. And they said, but we need more females in the submarines. And I said, that's cool. That won't be me. And they said, but we really need you because you have really good test scores and stuff. So we would like for you to be in the submarine. And I said, no, thank you. I wanted to be either a military police or a yeoman's. And so I did not, they would not let me do either of those. And then they tried to tell me that if I signed up as one of those, that they would cross-rate me after basic training. And I did not believe them, so I didn't do that. Which later I found out was really good that I didn't do that, because they would have stuck my butt on a submarine anyways. So I was only the second person that my particular recruiter had ever brought home without signing up. So he was not a very happy camper either. Yeah, right, April? I had no desire to be on a submarine, and I had no desire to be the only, one of one or two females on a submarine. That was a hard pass for me. And they wanted me to be an engineer, and I was like, again, no thank you. Do you see my science scores? Homegirl almost failed science. That's a pass from me as well. So I was just not making them happy at all whatsoever. I regret nothing. So, all right. So now I can take my Misty and set it over here. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a fairly quick coloring of these. Normally, you guys know me, and you know that I like to do, yeah, that's, ooh, no thanks. I lived at the Naval Nuclear Power Training Command for a while after high school. My ex was in the Navy. So, but he did not go on a sub. And he was part of the Naval Nuclear Power Training Command. So, I'm going to color these fairly quickly. And like I said, the way I plan on doing this flower, there's not going to be, you're not really going to see the center of it, because I'm going to put the little uniformed kid in the center of the flower. So, or at least that's what I think I'm going to do. And then when I'm done with this, I am going to get a cup of coffee and work on my crochet project. April, what are you making? I didn't know you crocheted. You don't know me? You're my sister. You have to know me. How do you not know me? What did I say that made you not know me? Christy, I decided I'm going to do all Disney Christmas, mainly Mickey and Minnie. But he went surface. Did you guys live in South Carolina at the Rickover Center? That's where they had the training school for the nukes. At least in 1999 they did. All right. Or do you just not know me because I haven't been online for so long? So I'm going to follow the artist drawn lines here. In this case, the Sandy drawn lines. And like I said, the flower's going to kind of be in the background. So I'm not worried too much about making it like extra super striking. Virginia Beach. Christmas cards are going in envelopes? Oh my gosh. Krista, girl, you impress me. I'm so impressed by you. Krista sends like 200 Christmas cards out. It's insane. May as well be like 2 million. I'm lucky if I make a Christmas card. It's funny, I'm a card maker, but I just don't send out very many cards. I haven't even started. Thank you. Oh, if you know me, yes. Thank you for clarifying that, because I was slightly confused. Michelle, I'm with you. I was like, girl, you know me, you're my sister. You know me better than pretty much anybody else on this live right now. I went shopping for your daughter while I was in Disney World. So excited to mail her a package. Although I'm fairly certain you guys have pretty much everything from Disney, so there's nothing new I could have bought. What about you? Well, I didn't shop for you. I didn't necessarily actually shop for Faith, if you know what I mean. Hi, bestie. How's the drive going? I hope better than this morning. Okay. So, now that I'm following all of these sandy drawn lines all the way up to the top, my color is gradually getting lighter and lighter. But since these poppies are like for Veterans Day, I'm going to have it kind of go by way of orange instead of more pinky purple. So it's for baby Oliver. I didn't know if it was common knowledge if I could say that out here in Facebook land. So I was trying to keep my mouth zipped. I had to buy baby Oliver his first stitch and a little onesie. So it was important to me. And I went to several stores to find a onesie because apparently in Disney World, they don't make baby clothes. Just crazy to me. But there's like next to no baby clothes anywhere. So we went around the park several times. We got to ride the new Tron ride. It was... That's true. That's true. Not everybody knows her. Not very many of the crafty people know her, so they just know she's Minnie's. We got to ride the new Tron ride. Y'all, that thing is cool. Oh my gosh. It was amazing. But the best part, I'm going to tell you, okay, Disney World was awesome. Disney World was epic. It was everything I wanted it to be. And then some. It was even better that I got to be there with Sandy and Tyler and Cameron. It was just, I mean, it was like the best birthday, right? But let me tell you, if you ever go to a theme park that has roller coasters, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Just go ahead and buy Sandy a ticket and take her with you. Because homegirl gets on a roller coaster, and as soon as it starts to go, like, you know, does any of the drops or anything, she says it tickles her tummy, which makes her laugh. And so she maniacally laughs all the way through every roller coaster. And it just makes your enjoyment that much more. It was like the best part for me was riding on the roller coasters with Sandy, because she was just giggling and laughing. So then we were laughing, and then people we didn't even know were laughing because it was just so funny. You rode it? You got to ride Tron when you were there? Dude, it's so cool. It is so cool. All right, so I'm going to go with RO8. They updated it since you were there? How long ago were you at Disney World, Christy? We just did the one day at the park, so we weren't there for, I don't know. After a show, I don't think we could have done any more than one day because we were all dragging after that. I mean, for real. We were just so tired. And our feet hurt, and our hips hurt, and our backs hurt. Oh, 6 years ago? I didn't even know the Tron ride was there 6 years ago. How did she turn 21 6 years ago? That's insane. I mean, I'm only like 26, so she can't be 20. She caught up to us, Christy. I keep on forgetting I have this one too. Christy, tell Charlie I sent him a friend request on Facebook. I don't know if he accepted it or not. But it was actually me that sent a friend request. It wasn't like some, you know. Ooh, Michelle, that's a great idea. I know that, did you guys see the card that Kelly posted? She turned this into turkey feathers. And it is so stinking cool. It's really, really neat. So yeah, there's definitely tons of things that you can do with this flower. Yeah, I figured he probably isn't on much. So yeah, she used this poppy set, and she used the panda bears, and she colored the panda bear brown, and then she used the petals here as the turkey feathers, and then she used one of the edges, like this part of the petal, as the wattle. And then she used the geometric as the beak for the turkey. And it is so stinking neat once you realize that she used all of those pieces of the flower to make the panda into a turkey. Like, it sort of is mind-blowing. It's very cool. I don't have that kind of vision. Yes, Faith sent me that, Christy. Yeah, right, Meg? It was. It's a super cool card. That's because Kelly is really crafty. I got to see Kelly and hang out with her while we were in Florida too, which was super cool. I just adore the heck out of her. And getting to know her more since she's been on the design team. Oh my gosh, she is so fun. Yes, that was Archie growling. What you growling at, buddy? Is there something out there? I'm guessing your dude was so much better than the family one. What family? Oh, yeah. That was a horrible trip. That family trip was awful. I mean, I didn't have Evan with me, so he didn't end up with norovirus in the emergency room twice. So, I mean, that's helpful right there. We also got to watch the fireworks from the private courtyard in front of the castle, which was wicked cool. So we had room to like sit out on the turf and like stretch our legs and chill out and watch the fireworks. So that was really neat. Not something everybody gets to do. That is not the right die. So, and the fireworks show was just so immersive and cool and amazing and epic. And I can't even say enough cool things about it. It was so neat. It was just so, so neat. Okay, there is petal number 1. I'm going to see if I stamped these far enough away from one another that I can cut them both at the same time. Kind of looks like I did. I hope I did. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! I just need another piece of tape. I still like Disneyland better, too. I think that's because we were raised on Disneyland. And I like that the parks are close to one another. So you can get park hoppers and just walk back and forth between the parks. And, yeah, all that stuff. And I like Cars Land. Gotta go get busy. All right, Krista. Krista likes cruises better. She goes on cruises all the dang time. Makes me super jelly. I've never been on a cruise. All right, last set of die cutting. And then we'll put this thing together. It actually really doesn't take that much time to put this together. Archie. You will fill up the whole ship. I don't know if I can do a crafting cruise until I go on a cruise first and make sure that I'm okay. The adult only areas are never crowded. On cruises? Or what are you talking about, April? Oh, April, you're talking about the Disney cruises. Yes, that is for sure on my bucket list. I for sure want to do a Disney cruise. For sure. And Tyler and Cameron were talking about the Disney cruises that they went on, and oh my word. So, yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, guys. So, I have this part done. So now what I'm going to do with this is actually fairly simple. I'm just going to kind of accordion fold them. I just want to kind of wrinkle them a little bit. Not a whole lot, because I don't want this to necessarily read as a Chinese poppy. You can be my assistant, Michelle. I do have very long hair now, and it's still growing. I don't know that I would get seasick. I think it's more my anxiety and seizures that might have an issue on cruises. I don't know though until I go. Like, a cruise might be like my super happy place too. So I'm not real sure. Not 100% sure on all the things. So I have to take my emotional support, Sandy, to make it happen. I need my emotional support, Sandy. Okay, so it's been so long since I've used a bone folder. I don't even know where my bone folder is anymore. So we're going to improvise. And I'm going to use my pen, because I want to shape these like this, so it looks like those cool little poppies that you get at the parade on Vetrans Day and Memorial Day and all that stuff. And actually, I'm really liking the way that my pen is doing this, so hooray. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my little card that I made, and I want to put these in the middle, and I'm just kind of laying it out to see where I want it, and then I'm going to put the little, oh yeah, I like this, and then maybe a little sentiment up here, and some dots, and it'll all be good to go. So really liking this. So I'm going to grab my Barely Art glue. And I'm just going to start assembling my poppy. Not going to glitter this one up because it just doesn't seem appropriate for this card. If you guys don't have these glass mats, they are amazing. This is from Glassboard Studio. I am not paid to talk about their mat, and yet here I am talking about it. I freaking love it. It's amazing. I've gotten all kinds of crap on it. You can cut directly on it. Like, I've done so many horrible things to this mat, and it still keeps on ticking. So, highly recommend glassboardstudio.com. And you can definitely get the Sweet Sentiment mat. They have it. I also have the cool little pawns that I use to hold stuff down when I'm working on it. So that's awesome sauce as well. And then I'm gonna pull out some Sweet Pops. Actually, I have these black ones handy and I'm just gonna use these. Sandy bought me these at a show. And they happen to be sitting here handy. So I'm gonna use them. Okay. Did you guys love this last release with all of the dragon and the poppy and the cute little panda bears? Oh my gosh, so much cute stuff in this release. And the little dragon. I love the luck dragon. He is so stinking cute. So I hope you guys also loved this release as much as I did. I love that Sandy is drawing so much more now. She is doing amazing. Oh, the koi fish, that's right. I can't forget the koi because I freaking love the koi. Hey, you're driving. Stop texting. Anyways, now that I'm admonishing Sandy. I love that she is drawing more and getting more confident in her art because, oh my gosh, so much cool stuff. And wait till you see upcoming releases. They have, oh my gosh, so cool. I know, right? Yay, Sandy drawing. Okay, so I have the little veteran inside the little poppy, which I think is super duper cute. But now we need the sentiment. And I don't know if I want to use this one or if I want to use this one. I think I'm going to use this one. I think it needs to be a slightly larger. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to grab this. And I cut my sentiment because I wanted it to be an inside and outside sentiment. So I totally chopped mine in half. Feel free to do that if you want. I don't often do that. I don't make it a habit. But every once in a while, you just gotta do what you just gotta do. Okay, so I'm going to use... Where is my clear? Nope, that's glitter. I don't want clear sparkle. I want clear matte. Okay, so I'm going to use my Sukaniko VersaFine Clear because it stays wet for a long time. And then I'm going to sprinkle the Wow Clear Matte embossing powder over the top of it to make an embossed sentiment. So that's what we're going to do. So first things first, I'm going to put that on here. I have my embossing tool and I'm just going to put powder all over the paper. Got a little bit too much there, but hey, whatever. And then I'm going to put this here, and I'm gonna put this here because I shouldn't like waste so much paper, but hey, it is what it is. All right. I don't even know where my candy cup is. Like, this is so weird for me. I am so usually completely organized. There's my candy cup. And being away from my craft room for so long has really like wreaked havoc on me. So I apologize, you guys, if I seem like I'm scattered today. So I'm going to stamp this. We have both of these stamp sets in stock right now. I have the How Strong You Are, which is the military kids. And then we have the Proud Poppy, which is from that new release that I was just talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on that so I don't stick my elbow in it. Okay, take the lid off of this. Pull this out. Sprinkle it with the embossing powder. Now, when I do embossing, I like to tap the paper so that that powder really goes all over everything. And then try to pour it back in there. If there's any places that I feel are light, I will go back and add more powder. Oh, my kid's coming home from school. Okay. And then since I used my cool little candy cup, I can just pour everything right back in there. And it makes life so much easier. So put my embossing powder back. Put that back. I also like to wipe off my stamp as soon as possible, because I don't want the ink to stain it. Okay. And then plug your ears if you have sensitive ears, because I'm going to use my embossing gun. You need to warm it up just a little bit, so I'm going to turn it on until it gets warm. I usually flip it over and hit the back of it for just a second. There we go. And then cool it down. I just had a thought. I might have cut this too short already to do this, but we'll see. Totally forgot. Darn work. I hate working. Always gets in the way of all the fun stuff, right, Milligan? It's okay. I'll forgive you just this once. I don't hate it. I love this little tiny trimmer. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but I really do. It's very handy for things like this. For some reason, it's just easier to cut on. All right. So then I'm going to take those, and I want red. So I have chosen candied apple, and I'm just going to hit the edges of this with that candied apple because I want it to pop out. Same with this one. Okay, and now I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this here. Oh yeah, I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, so this one I'm going to glue down. Just like that. And then this one, I'm going to use the rest of those pops on. Bear with me for just a moment while I line this up. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to grab a couple of my enamel dots, and I'm gonna find, ooh, I like that blue. That might be what I use. But I like the black matte, but I don't think they'll show up very well. That dark blue I don't think is gonna show up super well either. But that light blue is pretty. Maybe I'll use these blue and silver ones. All right. Y'all are being awful quiet out there again. Okay, so I'm gonna use silver here, and a blue, and another blue, and then up here, blue, silver, silver. You're here, Milligan? Aw, thanks, Linda. And then I'm gonna use this larger blue. And this silver, and put it on the petal. And I guess another silver. All right, so there is our card for Veterans Day featuring our stamp set that is called How Strong You Are and our Proud Poppy, all lined up and ready for Veterans Day. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this live. I had fun making this card with you. I'm gonna clean up my big, huge mess that I made. And you guys know I always sign the back of my cards, so I'm going to find my red pen and sign that. I already did a little bit of decorating on the inside with the paper scraps. But anyways, thank you guys. Thanks, Meg. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Michelle. So anyways, I am going to clean up my mess and get a cup of coffee. Thanks, April. And I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time. So 1 o'clock my time. I'm going to start doing lives on Friday. We will be doing Floral Friday. And then Saturday is just going to be like an anything goes. And then Sunday there will be no live. But then Monday, I will be doing Make It Monday. And Make It Monday, hi Paula, thank you. Make It Monday will be where you guys can submit your requests. So if there is anything that you have been dying to see, let me know. And I will try to work it into one of my Make It Monday lives so that you guys can get your questions answered. And, you know, if there's any flowers you want put together, we can do those on Floral Fridays. You can make requests of any stamp set, or if you want me to, you know, like make the current ATCs for the swap that Sandy just posted, elbow, elbow, wink, wink. Or if you want me to do the color deck swaps or whatever it is that you guys are interested in, that's what I want to do for you guys. So that's what Make It Monday is going to be all about, is taking your requests and getting things done. So if you have any requests, let me know. And until then, I will see you all later. Happy Veterans Day, and thank all of the veterans for their service. We love you all. Toodles.